Hello everybody and welcome to Slay the Spire, playing as the Watcher on Ascension 3, which says elites are deadlier. This will be my first game on this Ascension level. Of the starting bonuses, I've already checked the map. There's no early shop, so this would not be good. So I'm going to take the upgraded card because Eruption only costing 1. Gives us more options. We don't have to wait to be breaking out of calm to cast Eruption. Alright. So we can strike. Speaking of going into calm. I remember the good old days of Final Fantasy VII where going into calm meant something different. Alright, we don't have lethal, so we'll block what we can. Stop putting slimes in my deck. Alright, so we just have lethal, and here breaking, I mean, we could overkill by so much. 20, we could overkill by 20. Pretty good. Okay, Empty Fist, very potent for 1 energy. The ability to drop stance has multiple uses. I didn't even talk about the pathing that I did see. I apologize for that. I was looking at this up here. Just basically over here is more interesting in general. We have elite, fire, and then, you know, 2 fires and elite. So I'm thinking here's a good entry point, and then either way we can go into fire, or if we really need to, we could go to a shop, but we miss out on the fire. And then what I was looking at is if we come through here, and this turns out to be a hallway fight, then we can come here, or whatever, you know, because if we can get by with just the 3 hallway fights, all the better. So, my apologies for not covering that. I know some of the people that watch like to hear my thoughts as I go. And that was my thinking there. Okay, so we got the max HP. Obviously we didn't need to heal, and again, the game is pushing a curse on us for some reason. We don't want it. Alright, so do we leave ourselves in Wrath? We would have 9, 18, 30 damage done. We'd only have 19 to go. And worst hand is we still have 2 strikes, which is lethal. So yes, we can afford to stay in Wrath. Otherwise, a nice little package would have been Eruption, Strike, Empty Fist, which would have done 9, 21, 18, 39 damage. But left us out of... looks like it would have panned out either way. Okay, Liquid Bronze. On the Watcher, I like this, or the Silent. I like that potion. Watcher, though, I just don't want to be hit. Okay, this... something of a difficult situation. I place a lot of value on this card because when I first started playing Watcher, the 2 things I was looking for is another way to enter Wrath and a way to apply Vulnerable. This is technically both in 1 card, and then as I was playing it, I found 1 energy and 1 card draw just to enter Wrath. Feels clunky sometimes, like at least with this you have the deal 9 damage. But this is an AoE vulnerable. Meanwhile, this one over here, this one would be clunky energy-wise. This one is technically energy-free. You just got to set it up right. However, in the long run, like the more successful Watcher decks I've seen and played, this seems to kind of like peter off in the later game, whereas this is usually pretty good. My only concern here is Gremlin Knob, of course, but hopefully we just have the power to overtake him if that's what ends up happening. Okay, so this has 15, this has 19. 15 lines up nicely with the cards we have in hand, so we'll just kill him. And then we'll pop his armor so that next turn we can just have our way with him uninterrupted. Alright. There we go. The only one of these I'd even consider taking is Evaluate, and we already took the Indignation, so Gremlin Knob is already potentially a punish. Oh, we got this. That's the one downside to me using my little mark mod is sometimes the pulsing doesn't register with me. Find some potions. Okay. Well, this fits to what I was just saying about not wanting to get hit. So I think I like all three of these potions better than the Thorns potion. This is the most questionable. Find ourselves in a little sticky situation. Alright, let's do this. And then just hit him as hard as we can. It's basically a DPS race. Uh-oh, is this not enough? He is vulnerable, so that would be 30, 45. Oh, too shy, are you serious? Ugh. I don't want to use that because we're looking at 2 more elites. So there's a really good chance we fight the sentries. So this might be one of those times where... So we're taking 16 this way. We're taking 15. Just one? Why? Oh, elites are deadlier. So his thing must be this is 2 instead of 1, and we're in Wrath, so it's doubled. So he gains 4 when we mitigate 5. Okay. Yikes. That's scurry. We haven't managed to take any damage yet, though, so... oof. That's a big number. Yeah, I may have played that last turn differently, like done 2 defends. Save 1 more damage. Nunchaku. Okay. So we get a little punish on the Indignation because it's not an attack. Tantrum is, though. Ooh, and it's a good one. It's a good one. And taking it means we have 2 non-indignation cards to put us into Wrath, which means this likely is more likely to be vulnerable, which is nice. But we are getting outnumbered here, and the Tantrum counts as more than 1 entry of Wrath because it recurs, which is actually its most promising feature, if you ask me. So, with this fire, let's upgrade it, because that adds a whole nother strike on it. Ooh, I'm glad I saved that potion. Glad I saved that potion. Alright, so let's do that. Because of their artifact, this putting us into vulnerable means we get more damage out of this. So 9 and 6 is 15, doubled is 30. Ooh! We can just pop the middle one, and then we don't have to worry about mitigation this turn. Obviously, we will next turn. But that's next turn. And we did exactly 30, which both of those have more than. Hey, we get to drop our stance. That's pretty handy. So let's see something. This is going to be 24. That's 12. That's 18. 24 and 12 is 36. That's 30. So we need to strike and tantrum 1, then empty fist the other. Yeah, I might as well go for the one with more health because it's overkill regardless. Okay, that drops us out of stance. And then we might as well mitigate, right? We know the tantrum's coming back, so that and any other card is lethal. That reliability of tantrum, ugh, cannot be overstated. Whee! Gambling chip, alright! Probably one of the best relics in the game. We have a tiny deck, and having picked up Tantrum, we kind of want to keep it that way. So this is kind of going to be the core of whatever we do. And you know what? Flurry of Blows plays with the nunchucks very well. The only downside to Flurry of Blows is that we're likely going to be just riding in Wrath. It's nice that we have the option to drop out, but it plays with nunchucks very nice. So, Frozen Egg, alright. Powers we pick up automatically upgraded. Very strong. Uh-oh. Maybe I should have gone with the Conclude. I didn't even think about it very long. I just saw this. Oh, yeah, okay. The other one was Bowling Bash. It was Bowling Bash Conclude. I could see all three. Being that we were going to be riding in Wrath, that raises the value of Conclude slightly. Because they're just not getting out of Wrath very often, so might as well hit as hard as possible. With the nunchucks, I do think still in retrospect. So let us try to go nuts here. Oh, that's a very good hand. And we're 3 attacks away from the nunchucks, which means we have all the energy to play everything without the miracle. So let's start doing some numbers here. We have a 4 and an 8 post Wrath. This is a 12 or a 24. This is a 9 or an 18. 18's not very clean unless we combine it with a 4. So 4 here, 18 there, so 12 goes here, because that goes well with 8, right? There's the 8. Here comes Nunchucks, giving us a free energy, so that we can do that, and then that. So we take no damage. Sweet! And then he's going to be worth... he's just going to put the armor on himself. 19. Can we do 19? I was going to say, we know Tantrum's in the deck. Let's go ahead and put Vulnerable up, just to give Indignation used to the idea. That went very well, I say. Mental Fortress. Plus. Thank you, Egg. That is an interesting proposition. That could be our survivability. Tantrum comes back. We start jumping in and out of stance to get the flurry of blows back, and or stack up the armor if need be. Sure, sure. It kind of goes against what I was saying about keeping the deck size low, but for a very important reason, at least later. Maybe right now it's a little premature, especially if this ends up being another Gremlin Knob. Although he doesn't punish for powers. Would be a card that doesn't contribute to his immediate death, though. Oh, I'm sure we can make that work. That's a whole lot of power right there. Whole lot of power. Alright, so let's pop his armor. This is 12 here. Oh, you know what? Maybe we should be, like, using more cards so that we can set up the nunchucks for the next fight. Next fight is a hallway fight, so I guess it's not as important. But I need to get into that mindset. So this is 13, right? We can go here because that's not lethal. We can go... oh, wait. Yeah, we can use... wait, 8, 9, 10. No. So we have to do this and this. Otherwise we pop the nunchucks now. Okay. Almost made a mistake there. Empty body actually kind of makes sense. It fits all of this. As of yet, we're not getting punished for riding Wrath. As of yet. And of all the empties we could be drawing right now, this is the least welcome. I'm going to try and let it ride. We have this fire here. What do we want? Flurry of Blows. The recurrence. This would be +5, but as soon as we play this 3 times in one fight, it's better. And we want to be playing it multiple times, because... okay. Actually, Mental Prison, Flurry of Blows, Indignation, Flurry of Blows, Empty Fist, Flurry of Blows brings up a lot of armor, doesn't it? Sure does. We'll throw this away in case we find, like, Tantrum. Oh, you know what? Crap. Should have kept it. I forgot about the... Okay, this is fine too. This is fine too. It's just now the extra energy is going to go for defense that we don't need. Because stance change number 1. Stance change number 2. In fact, that would have been lethal. Oops. Hey, maybe this is better, because now we get one more on the nunchucks for the next fight, which is an elite. So maybe this is better? I don't know. Tantrum, always fun to play. Bang, bang, bang. Oh, we were weakened. That's not nice. Let's see here. Flex, I think I would like better than this. Although, now that I think about it, the skill... I don't know. I often associate skill with block gain, but that's not always the case. Okay, so... we definitely don't need another Fury, even if it comes with card draw. We don't need block right now. This is not a bad pick. I don't think we need the reach, though. Honestly, Tantrum, Flurry of Blows, Vulnerable. I think keeping the deck tighter is better. We have a very potent setup here. If we already had like a free mantra card or two, maybe, but I don't mind Brilliance at all. I just think right now the tighter deck is more valuable. Yeah, we'll just get rid of everything that gives block. There's a good chance we just have lethal next turn. I don't know. Let's count this up. Assuming Flex Potion either way, what if we start with Empty Fist? It's going to be 14, 11, that's 25, 14, that's 39, 22, that's 50, 61, 11, double 22, that's 83. And next turn we won't have the brew, we will have to do, let's see, 26 plus 8, 34. We'll be in Wrath. So, 3 of these, 2. Alternatively, we could, again, assuming the potion, 14. Wait, hang on. 11. 14 is 25. Another 22, that's 47. 12. Wait, no. That would be 22. 69. Wow, that's worth a lot more, isn't it? Okay. So we will pop out of, and that's a little safer too. This does more damage up front. And you know what? I wasn't even thinking about the nunchucks. Oops. So this, unfortunately, yeah. But that's okay. Look at that, he's at 9 damage, so the fact that we pop out is not a problem at all. In fact, I'm sure my math was wrong, because that was 98, and I was thinking it was going to be more like 90. Anyways, we can do this just for funsies. Hey, look, free armor and Flurry of Blows. Flurry of Blows, nope. We're going to try to get the nunchucks pumped up, but we already upgraded the Flurry of Blows. Ornamental Fan, wow. Okay, I'm sensing a theme here, and the Flurry of Blows definitely plays into that well. Holy crap! Talk to the Hand, hell yeah. This plays so well with Tantrum, which recurs, mind you. The first time I saw Talk to the Hand, I didn't realize it was a debuff that stayed the entire fight. I thought it was like that turn. I'm like, how do you plan that out? That seems... yeah. It's the entire fight, and this keeps coming back. So now, if this comes out first, this gives us 8 armor, right? And every time this hits, that's another 2 armor. So we have a pretty solid block engine built into a pretty fierce attack engine. I think it's safe to say. And look at that, there's a campfire. We'll definitely be upgrading the talk to the hand, because now it's per hit goes up by 50%. That's outstanding. And with the chip, we can basically go fishing for talk to the hand, especially on a big single target fight like this. Hell yeah. Wow. Lots of good synergy here. Okay, I like the tantrum and the indignation. Let's look for talk to the hand, flurry of blows, and empty fist works here, I think. So let us that it comes back. We'll apply the vulnerable, thank you. And then we'll go ahead and pop back out, because this is his big scary turn. Yep. There's talk to the hand, but it wants us to go into... Oh, and you know what? 7, 8, 9. Flurry of blows comes back. 10, so we have an extra energy to play one of the defends, and we can even miracle to play the other one, because this is going to get us a lot of block. So right now we would take 30. Let's check this out. And the fan kicks in as well. There's the extra energy, so we can play this and this. So we were going to take 30, now we're taking 28 while in Wrath. So yeah, definitely worth going for. And he's vulnerable, so the fight should be relatively accelerated. Now his blows we should be able to just mitigate. I don't need to play the Mental Fortress here, not with Talk to Hand on him and Tantrum recurring. Plus the fan will kick in here, so yeah, we just have a lot of passive armor here. And he's almost dead. Sweet. That's Tantrum. Nice. Wow, okay. This is great. This is great. Are we better off playing the Empty Fist in here? We could go 12, 30, 36, 50, 60. Yeah. So we definitely get lethal there. And I think doing it this way pumps Nunchucks up the most compared to the alternative. Because this is only 12 now. So we have to play another attack. And look at that. Nunchucks are at 8 for Act 2. Whew. That's a good start. That's a really good start, I think. Ragnarok. Can't stay away, can you? Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Last run that I published, we showed that Ragnarok being a lot of power in a single card could be exploitable, even though the exchange rate on that one card was only slightly better than, you know, the more flexible being able to play a bunch of one energy cards. But Ragnarok does not play with these well. It plays with hand, Talk to the Hand, but it doesn't play with these very well. Meanwhile, Deus Ex Machina would give us the energy to be able to better play with that. Getting Mental Fortress down on a turn where we otherwise might not be able to, stuff like that. I think Deus Ex Machina is the play here. Establishment, good enough, but we don't have any retain cards, so I think this best suits what we're doing here. Moment of Truth, Snecko Eye. No good, no good. Because Deus Ex Machina gets drawn and then puts those miracles in, I don't think these miracles go under Snecko Eye, and of course this one doesn't. But everything that we have is 1 or 0. That would be disastrous. Even though our main plan moving forward is probably going to be find Mental Fortress, Talk to the Hand, and Tantrum. Thanks to the chip, we'll probably be able to do that. Sozu, the downside's probably too great. Although we are full of potions now. Things like duplication can be really strong. Oh yeah, I forgot. Duplication, that would have made Ragnarok a little more powerful. We have a really solid armor gain. I think we could go without Sozu. Or with Sozu. But I really, really, really like Astrolabe. And we do have a tight deck, but look at this. We still have all of our original strikes and defends. So, not only am I going to take the Astrolabe, but I think I'm going to take 3 defense here rather than like 2 defense and a strike. Because we've already seen we've got a lot of armor gain. And, again, every time I like to do this in the back of my head, wherever I can remember it. Anytime you take Astrolabe, statistically, one of the cards that you take is probably going to be a block card anyways. So, yeah, see, that was a really good pull. Scrawl Plus, are you kidding me? That will help us find our setup cards. Wow. Sanctity Plus, okay, that's a better defend, obviously almost twice as good. And if we played a skill last, we could draw 2 cards, and of course we have, you know, multiple miracles in our deck. Pressure points is not to be slept on. When I think of this, I think of things like Spikers in Act 3. I did recently watch a Frostpine. I was actually talking about this with one of you guys recently. Video where the only reason he was able to win is because a transform effect gave him a pressure points, and he actually needed it a couple times, both against Spikers and the Heart. So yeah, probably one of the best cards we have available to us, and suits our current setup very well. With these 3 cards, these 3 cards. Oh, and the Flurry of Blows, yeah. So maybe not so much Mental Fortress, but these 3 cards we want as soon as possible. And this will help draw as well while defending us. That gives us other options. Fantastic start. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Please let me know down below what you think. And I will see you in the next act. Take care.